Okay, good. So for those of you who are joining on the recording, we're going to be using the rings today. And I've got all of the head cushions. Not sure which ones we use, but we will probably at least use the small one. So we will start with our warm-up in standing, as ever. So you can just hold the ring just gently in your fingertips. And we just spend the first few minutes just getting our bodies relaxed and ready for the exercise ahead. So very gently we go feet together and then turn your toes out, bring your heels out. And from here, follow the line up from your ankles, through your knees, your hips, through the back of your ribs and your shoulders, and coming up tall through the back of your head. And from here, we're just going to focus on your breathing through the side and back of your rib cage. So gently inhaling and then breathing out to exhale. So breathing in and breathing out. Just feel your upper tummy relaxed. And on the out breath, just start to be aware of any tension you're holding around the body. And see if you can gently let the tension flow away through the body, away through your feet and through the floor. Coming down to your feet, we're going to roll the ankles outwards and then roll them inwards. So on the way out, you're going to go onto the outer border and the little toes. The big toe will lift off the floor. We gently roll in through the big toe and then see if you can lift the little toes off the floor. So just slowly turning inwards and outwards through the ankles. And as you do so, think about the line lengthening up again through your spine. So gradually, each foot movement, see if you can grow a millimetre taller through the back of the neck, stretching up through the spine. And we tie your breathing in with your foot movement. So we breathe in as we roll outwards, and then breathe out as you roll in. Breathe in as you roll outwards, breathe in to come down. I think I've done that wrong. We're going to breathe out as we roll outwards, and in on the way in. Now this is going very wrong, so if you're using you live and recorded, I apologise. On the way out, we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to breathe out as you roll inwards. On the way out, we're going to breathe in, and on the way in, we're going to breathe out. It's the breathing in on the way out that's confusing me. Okay, so let's stop that and come back to the middle before my brain hurts anymore. And we are in neutral, ribs are controlled. We're going to float the ring up to shoulder height. We just start off with some simple shoulder blade glides up and down. And we try and forget that opening bit of the confusion of the breathing. So gliding the shoulders up towards your ears and then coming back down. Keeping tall and long through the back of your neck. Nice and relaxed through your jaw. So the feet at the moment, big toes should be gently on the ground, little toes gently on the ground, and equal weight through your toes and your heels. And the next one, you're going to bring your shoulders down away from your ears, and we're going to reach. So we're going to slide forward, and then slide backwards. Slide forwards, and backwards. Slide forwards, and backwards. If you want to start making it work a bit harder, those of you who are here for a workout today, you can squeeze the ring on the way forwards and release it on the way back. So squeeze as you go forward, release on the way back. Okay, two more. And one more. And then we're going to hold the position just with the shoulders down away from your ears and the shoulder blades set neutral, so not pulling back military style. So from here, we're going to rotate, and you're going to try and keep your headlights on your pelvis forward, and you're going to keep your head still looking forward. And we're just going to start turning through your shoulders and through the upper back. So arms are straight, and we're just trying to get a bit of movement through the shoulders and through the shoulder blades behind, but your nose and your belly button are going to stay looking forward. Check your hands are the same height as your shoulders, and keep your shoulders down away from your ears. So almost think of your arms like windscreen wipers, just moving one way and then back and then the other way and back. Nose and belly button still, book balanced on top of your head. Okay, and your next one, we're going to keep your headlights and your pelvis forward, but you can start to turn through your chest and your nose. So your nose can move, and we're going to try and lead with your chest, and your nose and your arms are going to follow. Trying to keep your pelvis forward though. So again, now focusing a little bit more through the upper back. One more. And back to the middle. Good. Just drop your arms down for a second and give your shoulders a little bit of a shake. Okay, from here, we're going to go upper back stretch. So rolling the shoulders backwards, gently dropping your chin down towards your chest, stretching the ring forward slightly, breathing in at the bottom, and then breathing out to scoop the ring forwards, looking forward, and you can go up onto tiptoes on this one, and then press the heels back down, drop the ring back down, roll the shoulders backwards, chin down towards your chest, reach forwards, breathe in to hold, and then breathe out to reach upwards, up onto tiptoes if you want to, and I'm going to step back so you can see a bit more of me. At the top, we're going to take your arms over towards one side, straight arms, shoulders down away from your ears, coming back and then over to the other side. And we're going to repeat that once more, so you can stay up on tiptoes if you want, or you can have your heels down. And once more. And then coming back to the middle. Good. Bring the ring back down again. Give your arms a shake. Okay, so we move down to the lower legs now. So you can go feet very slightly wider than hip width apart. And dodgy knees, you can just soften the knees and straighten. And on the way back up, brace through your thighs, brace through your bum. And you can reach forward, squeeze in, and then pull back in. Okay, so soften. And then straight. In fact, if you all want to do 2 or 3 of those just to start off with, just to think quads, glutes, squeeze and back. And then if you're happy with those and you want to take it into a squat, we're going to aim your bum back over your heels and pull back in. As you pull back in, push your hips forward, control the ribs, and repeat. So squeeze as you press out, pull back in. Pull back in. Good. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And on this one, we're going to hold and we're going to go for the arm reaches. So up and then back down. Reaching up and back down. Challenge on this one is to try and stay low in your squat, keeping your bum back behind you. Well, we're stretching up through your shoulders and the upper back. 2 more. I might have said 5 of these, but we've done way more than that. Last one. Okay, come back up. Oh, always find my quads get a bit of a burn on that one. Good. Okay, and then let's go for the ski jump one with whatever you've got behind your back. So feet are hip width on this one, not too wide. And we press back to soften your knees, up onto your toes to bring the ring in. And then ski jump, and then back down. Okay, so 4 movements. 1, 2, 3, and back down. Okay, and we'll pause on number 3. And just check at the top. Can you bring your hands back a bit further? Can you bring your shoulders down away from your ears? Are you long through the back of your neck? Are your ribs controlled? pelvis neutral, and then come back in. Okay, one more. So press, toes, long reach, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next one we're going to hold again. 1, 2, 3, and hold. And we're going to add in 10 pulses of your arms behind you. 9, 10, and then hold it there. So shoulders down away from your ears, long through the back of your neck, control the ribs, pelvis neutral, straighten your knees. Can you press back a bit further? Can you lean forward a little bit further? And then slowly down. Good. Give your ankles and arms a bit of a shake. So again, whatever you're holding, we're going to go into a lunge position. But from the side, my feet are going to be flat on this one, so more of a calf stretch position, I guess. Front knee slightly bent. Ring over the front knee to the outside, and we're going to keep the chest up here and your head up tall, so we're not slouching. So think of a confident position through your shoulders and chest, and then you're going to lift up and out, and then back. So now moving through the whole body, from your feet, coming up through your knees and your hips, up through your chest, up through your shoulders. Hopefully the upper body and your shoulders are warmed up and your legs are warmed up. Okay, one more. And then we change sides. So just check your feet are straight and hip width apart. Heels down on this one, remember. So confident through your upper body and your chest, and then lifting up and out and coming back. Okay, good. Last two. So stretching up and out. And one more. And then coming back. Excellent work. Good. Okay, let's from here, let's go into a calf stretch. So we change legs again, and we're just going to push up towards the sky. So pressing the back heel down, and think of a line through your heel all the way up through to your fingertips, and then side bend away. Coming back up, change legs. Straighten the arms, drop the shoulders away from your ears if you can. And then back up to the middle, good. Okay, we do our thigh stretch, which you can either do holding the ring around your foot into this position, or if you're comfortable from there, you can hold your heel to your bum. Okay, pushing your hips forward, remember, keeping up tall, and then bring your thigh back to where you're comfortable. And then slowly down, and then we change sides. Again, pushing your hips forward, keeping up tall. And then coming back, good. Okay, so do a little bit of balance work with the if you've got a ring, it should work with the ball as well, this one. It'll work for the squeezes inwards. You may just have to do 2 sets of the inward squeezes. So we'll start with the ring between, just above your ankles, so between your legs, and we're going to slowly take your weight over onto your right leg. So trying to keep the toes clear of the floor, but if you do need to tap them, then you can. We go arms away from the side, fingers pointed down, shoulders away from your ears, and then we're going to add in the small squeezes and then release with backwards circles of your arms to start off with. Okay, 2 more. Excellent work. So slowly down, and then we're going to change to the other side. We're going to stay on the backward circles. Excellent. Okay. Now, if you've got the ring, you can go front to back, and I'll get you started. So squeeze and release. You can go shoulders height with the arms. Okay. If you've got a ball, it might not work, so you might just need to stay without the ball for a second and just do some leg reaches backwards and forwards with the backward circles of your arms. Okay. Okay, that's about 10. Okay, and then we change, so front to back again on the other leg. Up tall, headlights forward, shoulders down away from your ears, backward circles, and we're going to add in the squeezes again. Okay, last couple. Looks like we've got a lot of aeroplane impressions on the screen. Okay, good. Come back down. Now we do the outward squeezes again. So I'll demonstrate quickly, and then I'll get a ball and give you a variation. So if you can't do this one with a ball, but so standing on one leg, gently squeeze outwards. We do forward circles. So if you've got the ring, you can get going on that one. I know some of you have got the balls, not the rings. So maybe on that one, you could practice your ball control. So you can practice rolling the ball outwards and then rolling it inwards. Rolling it outwards and then rolling it inwards. So my leg's going straight and then bending and then straight and then bending. So just working on the control there, okay? Okay, so then you've got to change sides. So if you're inside the ring, that would be fairly easy. If you've got the ball, you're going to change foot and work on the other leg. Rolling out, rolling in. So you've got arms low, and we're doing forward circles. Okay. Okay, so when you've done your 10, just remind myself we're inside the ring. So if you're in the ring, you can go front to back now, keeping up tall, arms shoulder height. I'm going to squeeze and then release. And we've got forward circles again with long arms, really wide through your fingertips. So you can do 10 on one side and then change to go the other way. And again, if you've got the ball on this one, you can practice your footwork. So you can roll the ball backwards to extend and then back to the middle. Backwards to extend through the hip and then back to the middle. Okay, so whichever one you're doing, you can do 10 on either side. And if you haven't got a ring or a ball, you can just do the movement and then back, and then the movement and then back without the ring, okay? So finish your last, whichever one you're on, finish your last few repetitions on the other leg. I think most of you have finished. Good. So come down from there. Good. Give your legs and your ankles a little bit of a shake, and then from there we're going to go into our roll downs. So we do 2 roll downs today. as ever, Velcro back against the wall. Breathing in to prepare. And as we breathe out, slowly coming down, chin towards chest. Keeping your weight forward over your toes. Coming down to where you're comfortable today. And bring in arm circles with your shoulders relaxed. And reverse them. And just use the small circular motion. Think about releasing any tension through your shoulders, any tension flowing away through your fingers, through your elbows. Breathing in at the bottom, and on your next out breath, slowly rolling back up one level at a time. You can go palms high, bring your arms back, control the ribs, tall through the top of the head, shoulders down away from your ears, and then gently lift the breastbone up to the sky. Again, we'll slowly breathe in, side and back of the ribs. And on your next out breath, roll down number 2. Arm circles. And reverse them. Okay, and then on your next out breath, when you're ready, we're going to slowly come down onto the mat in your own time. And we're going to go small head cushion. So we're going to be on our back, small head cushion. Grab a drink if you need one. Ring between your knees. Okay. So, let's just get ourselves set in this position first of all. So from here, lengthen through the back of your neck, stretch your fingertips down towards your heels, let your arms sink into the floor, widen through your collarbones so your shoulder blades are just sitting back on the floor. Check your heels, big toe, little toe are on the floor also. Your feet might be a bit wider if you've got the ring between your knees than hip width. And then we're gently just going to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, and then find the middle position. Okay, we'll start with our arms up. Imagine you've got a beach ball again between your palms, and from here we're going to do the double arm reaches to start off with. So breathing in to prepare, and breathe out to reach both fingertips towards the ceiling, and then let the shoulder blades come back behind you. So breathe out to reach, and breathe in to lower. And at the same time, you can add in a squeeze of the ring, and then release to come back down. So breathe out to reach, breathe in to lower. Okay, check your neck and jaw are soft. Check your feet are soft. Just feel that gentle stretch through your upper back and your shoulder blades, and then releasing on the way down. On your next one, on the way down, just check your shoulders are still down away from your ears, and that you're long through the back of your neck. Okay, then we go on opening, so breathing in to prepare, breathe out, squeeze the ring, arms out to the side, and then come back in. So exhale, reach out wide, inhale to come back in. Okay, keep that going. I'm just going to move my mat a bit because I'm a bit close to the wall here. I think you might be able to see me better as well if I'm a bit closer. Okay, so keep going with the arm openings. Opening out through the chest. Tying in with the breathe in. And then working the inner thighs. So control those ribs as well at the bottom of the movement. Then release. So breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And breathing in. Okay, so next movement, we're going to go arms overhead. So palms facing your knees, breathe in to prepare, breathe out, really working on the rib control on this one. So if you know your ribs have a tendency to flare up, then really glue them down. Think of the middle bit of your back, laying on sand, and you're just going to leave an imprint into the sand. Any dodgy shoulders, just drop your arms to your waist and then come back up to the middle. And any dodgy shoulders that can't do that movement, you might need to see a physio. Okay, 3 more. One more. Okay, good. From here, we're going to go into the shoulder bridge. So you can remove your head cushion, and then you might need your feet a little bit close towards your bum. And we're going to breathe in to prepare, and then as you breathe out, roll up, coming up into your shoulder bridge, knees, hips, shoulders in a straight line, and then roll back down. And then repeat once more. And this one we will hold at the top. So at the top, we're going to add in 5 squeezes. 5 and release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just check your position at the top. Have you dropped at all? Have you arched? Have your ribs flared up? And then roll back down. So let's repeat that again. So rolling up, holding at the top. Okay, adding 5 squeezes. This time, if you want, you can have your hands out of the way. So hands up, shoulders down away from your ears. If you find that too heavy, just have your hands lightly on the floor. 1, okay, quick check again. Are you still nice and high? Okay, roll back down. Okay, and then we're going to do set number 3, roll up. Inner thighs are going to be feeling it tomorrow. Okay, so squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. 4, 5. Okay, good, roll back down. Okay, bring your knees in towards your tummy. If you can do that with the ring, great. If not, just remove the ring. And then just gently take your knees from one side to the other. Okay, if you've got your ring, you can go into a hamstring stretch from here. Bringing the other leg away. And then change sides. Okay, so we're going to ring back between the knees for first set of crunchies. So either fingertips behind your head, or long down by your side as ever. If you don't like crunchies, if you struggle with your neck, you could place the ring to one side, and you could do some work coming up into tabletop or double tabletop toe taps, depending which ones you want to work on. Otherwise, abdominal crunchies. Breathe into prepare, breathe out, curl forward, stretch fingertips towards your toes, and then come back. So see if I can get my breathing right on this one. You're going to breathe out on the way up and in on the way down. Breathe out on the way up, in on the way down. So again, if you want to work harder, if your inner thighs are still, if they haven't packed up yet, you can add in a squeeze of the ring at the top of the movement. Okay, we're going to do 8 more. If you want to work super hard, then you can go both legs into double tabletop for the last 8. It's quite hard though, so only do this one if you're really confident in tabletop. It's probably 2 levels up from the previous one. So just work at a sensible, comfortable level. Okay, so last 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Slow down. Excellent work. So let's have a little stretch. We go ring over the head and legs stretched away. Catch your breath for a few seconds, and then we're going to go into a second set, but with the ring on the outside of your knees. So if you haven't got a ring, it'll be a bit difficult to do the outwards ones. Again, you can, especially if you're watching this on record, you can put a band around your knees or a tight dressing gown cord around your knees so you can squeeze against it, or a belt around your knees. Won't work with the ball, but if you want to do a second set with the ball between your knees, feel free. Your inner thighs are just going to feel it tomorrow. So otherwise, ring on the outside of your knees now. Find neutral, control the ribs. If you want your head cushion back in place, feel free. We will start with single arm reaches this time. So one arm reach and down. Other arm reach and down. And when you do this one, I'm going to squeeze with the opposite leg outwards. So if I do my left arm, my right knee is going to go out to the side against the ring. I'm going to do my right hand, my left knee is going to go out. So working in diagonals. Okay, so just check that you're soft through your jaw, soft through the front of your neck, shoulders are down, away from your ears. And then we go arm openings, and on this one we're going to take both knees out against the rings. So squeeze outwards, so you're going to work the muscles on the outside of your bum now. So squeezing outwards and coming back to the middle. So as you squeeze out again, you can think of a bit of a pelvic floor contraction coming in as well. So as well as your glutes on the outside, just feeling the pelvic floor and then the lower tummy just gently contracting with relaxed upper tummy on this one, relaxed six pack. We'll save that for the crunchies. Okay, and then we go arms overhead. So squeeze and overhead. I'm going to move my cushion here because we're going to go for arm circles in this one. So squeeze, arms overhead, release, circle round to come back in. So squeeze, arms overhead, release, circle round, coming back up. And repeat. Squeeze, control the ribs, circle round, squeeze, and circle. So 2 more overhead and round. And then we reverse the circle, so just need to change this on my knees. You're going to squeeze, drop your arms to your side, and release, circle back up and round. So squeeze outwards, down to your side, release to come round. So 3 more. 2 and 3. Okay, great work. Into your bridging. So if you have got a head cushion, remove the head cushion. Heels back towards your bum. So feet are hip width on this one. Rolling back up into shoulder bridge, holding at the top. So we do, first one we just do the squeezes outwards this time. So squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. 2 more. And again, just at the top, just check. Have you dropped? I've dropped a little bit. Do you need to control the ribs? And then roll back down. Okay, next one. Roll back up again. Okay, now this one, you can have your hands up if you want to as a variation. And we're going to do heel lift. So just lifting one heel a small way, and then back down. And then the other heel a small way, and back down. And the ring there, you don't have to squeeze hard. It's just there, keeping it there. Now, if you can add in a very small toe tap, you can do so. With the ring there, it does make it a little bit heavier than without the ring. So just be aware of that one. You want to keep the hips high. Check you're not dropping from one side to the other side. Don't worry if you can't lift your toes off in that position. If you can just do the heel, you're doing well. If you can add in the toe lift, great. It's a bit heavier. Keep your hips high. No back pain. Should be feeling the glutes working. Should be stable through your middle. Okay, so focusing on keeping up high through the hips. Keeping stable through the front of your hips. Okay, 1 more on either side. And then slowly coming down. Good work. Okay, bring your knees in towards your tummy. Let's give your knees a little bit of a rotation from one side to the other. Okay, back down. Right, into our obliques. So we go both hands behind your head, and we're going to breathe in, breathe out, right elbow across to the left knee, and then coming back down. So exhale, up and across. So we're going to alternate sides on this one, guys. Breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. Breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. So as you come up, you can squeeze outwards against the ring if you want to make things work a little bit harder. And we're halfway. Again, for those of you who want to work a lot harder, you can go double tabletop. And you're adding in a little squeeze there as well. But again, if it doesn't feel right, if it feels too heavy, go down with the feet. So we've got 8 left. So 8, 7. Just check that you're not pulling too hard with your fingertips. Check your neck is soft. Apple between your chin and your chest. The last few are really working on the rib control, sliding across. You've got 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, bring your knees in. You can bring your feet out of the ring. Keep hold of your right knee. Let your left leg stretch away. And then change sides. We're going for another hamstring stretch in this position. So you can place the ring around your foot. Now if you're warmed up now and you know your hamstrings aren't too bad, we can change that into a dynamic hamstring stretch. So you can gently lift one leg up and then come back down, and we just do 10 movements. So this isn't a kick, guys. This isn't a big leg swing. It's just lifting the other leg up and back down. As long as it feels okay, as long as there's no hip clunking or hip pain. Just nice and lightly, just so there's movement throughout the stretch. And then change sides. So you can add in the leg lifts. Nice and smooth. Control both directions. Nothing quick, no kicking, just a lift and a lower, and a lift and a lower. Last one. Okay, good. Coming back down. Right, so let's go over onto our sides. Over onto our sides. No, let's go onto our fronts. Let's go onto our fronts. So small head cushion. Forehead on the cushion. We're going to do a little bit of leg work in this position and then move on to some upper body work. So hand position can either be hands above your head, elbows out wide, or you can go fingertips under the bony bits if you like having the feedback to tell you what's happening around your pelvis. From here, we're going to do nice easy knee bends first of all. So breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, just bend up and then back down, and then switch to the other side. And you're really keeping your hips gently pushed in towards the floor here. Checking that as you lift your knee that you're not arching through your lower back. So you're keeping your hips pushed in. So we're squeezing your bum a bit at the top. And then also checking that you're not rocking and rolling from one side to the other through your hips as well. So hips are going to stay absolutely still. Like I say, if you're not sure, have your fingers under the bony bits, and that gap that you create there should stay the same. You shouldn't feel that you're squashing down or on this one, lifting off as you lift your heel. It should stay exactly the same. Okay, then we're just going to go onto one leg. So I'm going to go right leg, and we're going to do the 3-part kick. So this is a bit quicker. So we go with the toes pointed, drop to halfway, back with the heel flexed, back to halfway and pointed, and then back down, change legs. So point, flex, point and down, point, flex, point and down, point, flex, point and down. So a bit of coordination, trying to think about what those toes are doing behind us when we can't see them. And then obviously really focusing on the front of your pelvis being pushed in towards the floor, so no arching, no rocking and rolling through your back. Relax through the upper body, or the lower body, and your trunk does all the work. Okay, and then next variation you remember on this one is point, flex, point, and then extend and down. So it's quite a deliberate extend, is slow and controlled. So the kicks are quite quick but controlled, and then the extension is quite deliberate and slow, almost a pause before lowering. Point, flex, point, extend, point, flex, point, extend. Okay, one more on either side. And if you can't do them quickly, probably should have said at the start, don't worry about doing the leg bends a bit slower, just while you get the coordination. Okay, if you're watching on record, you might want to go back and do it on slowly, if you struggled. Okay, so we're going knee bend, and then we're going to do some knee hovers. So again, you've got to push the hips into the floor, and we're going to do 10 lifts on either side. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard on this one to really focus on keeping the hips straight, but also to keep the knee bent at 90 degrees. Quite easy for the foot to drop here because our brain's trying to work out where it is. Okay, last couple. Back down, and then we change sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, come back down. Good, so you should have got your glutes warmed up. Let's come back up into first of our shell stretches then. So sitting back. And then coming back forward onto your fronts. So, upper back warm up in this position. Relax the shoulder blades, palms down, breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, keep your elbows and wrists down. And we're just going to do a few movements just to warm up through the upper back first of all, before we make it any harder. So pelvis stays neutral, control the ribs, lifting up. Breathing here, remember, you're going to breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, hover. Breathe in at the top. And then breathe out to come back down. Breathing in to hold. So we set the shoulder blades, hover the breastbone, check at the top that your nose isn't looking up or down too much, it's back in line with your body. Remember to let the shoulders drop at the bottom when you breathe in to prepare. Okay, and your next one, you can either stay at that level, or on your next one you can have your hands slightly forward to bring it into the cobra. So palms down, extend through the elbows, straightening the arms, and then folding back down. So same start to the movement, we breathe out, set the shoulder blades, hover, but then we carry on the movement by extending your elbows, straightening your arms, and coming back. Okay, as you warm up, or if you're more flexible, or if you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands back towards you a little bit further, which will deepen the stretch. Okay, at the top of the movement, do check that your hips are pushed into the floor. And here, again, icing on the cake is to, well, first of all, shoulders down, head back in line, and then to really control the ribs here. So we focus the movement through the upper shoulder blades. Coming back down, last one. Okay, good. Shell stretch number 2. Let's go elbows together, wrists together, fingers straight, gently sitting back. Check those elbows aren't creeping apart, so if they are, come forward, glue them together and then come back. Okay, good. Coming forward onto your fronts again. And this time we're going to go hands down by your sides, stretching your fingertips down towards your heels, and then setting the shoulder blades. And two variations here. We can let everything flop to start off with. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, set your shoulder blades and hover the fingertips. That's variation number one with your head down. Variation two is breathing out, set, stretch your fingers and hover through breastbone and forehead. Breathing in at the top and then breathing out to come back down. So really working on keeping the hips pushed into the floor on this one. Now we often do this one with your hands up above your head with the T position or the full version of breaststroke. I think sometimes it's nice to do this level. Actually allows you to lift a little bit higher because it's not as heavy, and hopefully feels a nice easy movement that you can control. Still challenging though. So exhale, set, hover, breathe in to hold, and then breathe out, slowly come back down. Breathe in to hold, exhale, stretch away, hover, inhale at the top, exhale to come back down. Let's do one more. And then coming back down. Good. Let the shoulders relax. Okay. Shell stretch number 3. Let's go hands, left hand over to on top of the right. And then back over with the right hand on top of the left. Okay, good. So back onto all fours. We're going to do a little bit of work on the knee hovers. And for those of you who want to, you can add in some press ups as well. So from here, check your bum is over your knees, that your shoulders are over your hands, or your hands are under your shoulders, more like it. You're going to find that neutral position. And if you're not sure where you are, just do one cat stretch, reverse, and then come back to the middle. Control the ribs, pelvis neutral. So toes back, you're going to breathe in to prepare. And then as you breathe out, we can do the smallest knee hover, just that first centimetre, or even half a centimetre if you can, breathing in at the top, and then breathing out to slowly come back down. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out to hover, breathe in to hold, and breathe out to come back down. Okay, so shoulders down away from the ears, push the breastbone away from the floor, breathe in, and then as you breathe out, just going to do the small hover. If you want to, you can start to hold for a breath or in and out, a couple of breaths in and out maybe, hold a bit longer, and then come back down, mini break, just reset. So relaxed head, neck and shoulders. We're just trying to control the movement. Good. For those of you who want to go up to the next level, so if that one's heavy, stay at that level. If you get tired, have a little break, have a stretch. Next level is arms slightly further forward to allow you to hover and then extend out into your press up position. And then in your press up position, there's a lot to go through. Shoulders down away from your ears. Control the ribs, knees straight, pelvis neutral, before folding back in and coming back down. Okay, so breathing in to prepare, breathing out, hover, extend, breathing in at the top, breathing out, coming back down. Good, getting a nice shake in that position. Okay, control. So work at the level you're comfortable with. And then come back. And whichever level you're on, we can finish with 5 press-ups. So if you're on your knees, what I'd try and encourage you to do is to try and bring your hips forward so your spine's straight. And even if you just soften the elbows and straighten to start off with, then that's fine, okay? You can do them from here, okay, if you struggle, but if we can try and come out to this position, then great. If you want to try some full ones, then off we go. So, breathing into prepare, breathing out, coming out into your plank position, and then coming down. Again, you don't have to go the full way. Breathing out on the way up. One more. Okay, we just check our position at the top, fold back in, and then come back down. Good. Okay, give your elbows, your wrists, and your hands a bit of a shake there. Okay, and then we're going to come back up in standing via our downward dog stretch. So press the heels backwards, holding where you're comfortable, and then just soften one knee, let the other heel sink down, and change sides, and gradually walking your feet in towards your hands to where you're comfortable today, and then slowly rolling back up with a reverse roll up to come and face the front. Okay, well done. So, feet hip width apart, and then coming up. So let's see if I can redeem myself with the breathing from the start. So we're going to go back to the rolling outwards onto the side of your feet, big toe off the floor. So that's rolling out, and we breathe in. And then we're going to roll inwards, lifting the little toes as we breathe out. So roll out, breathe in. Roll in, breathe out. I'm more doing this for my own amusement because I'm finding that really hard to say. So roll in, breathe out. Roll out, breathe in. Okay? See if you can work on that and then lengthen up through the spine again. Breathing through the side and back of your ribcage. And we just start to let go of any tension through our neck and our shoulders. Just been working your arms quite hard. I can feel my triceps. And then let any tension flow away down through the torso, away through your hips. So particularly on the out breath, which is when we roll in, just let the whole body sink down. Then we're going to let any tension flow away through the thighs, the knees, the ankles, and then come back and find that middle position. So big toe, little toe, heel, flat on the floor. And the whole body now feeling nicely relaxed, nicely energized, hopefully not too achy through your, well, pick your body parts there. I think a few bits have had a good workout. Thank you very much. And so I'll do one more recording for over the Easter weekend for you all. And if I don't see you, have a good Easter and enjoy the